Today, let's talk about the BlackVue Elite 9. Today, we are going to go in detail over the BlackVue Elite 9. It's a 4K 2K dashcam that has plenty of amazing features that I will go over in detail after doing a little unboxing and then talk about the accessories you might want to buy with it. And finally, a few FAQs. Let's first have a look at what's in the box. Starting with when we open the box, at the top you have this QR code which you can use to download the BlackVue app. So I invite you to do that first. Next, you will have the front camera. This is the 4K camera with a Sony Starvis-2 sensor, and the rear camera, which is a QHD Starvis-2 sensor as well. Next, let's see what else we have. So we have the quick start guide. You can have a look. So next you have this little bag of accessories. It includes multiple accessories that you might want to use to install your dashcam, including this pry tool. And we also have the adhesive pads that come with it. So if you want to reinstall the dashcam, that's where also you will find the cigarette lighter adapter if you don't have the USB-C connector in your car and you want to use the 12-volt cigarette lighter adapter. It comes with 2 ports, so you can plug the dashcam and also some other accessories. You also have some cable clips that will help you run the cables. In the 2-channel version of the dashcam, you have 5 cable clips and 3 cable clips in the 1-channel version. And most importantly, you have the micro SD card in here, so you will want to take it out and install it here. You remove the cover here, and the micro SD card goes inside here. Next, let's have a look at the cables that come with your dashcam. Starting with the power cable. This is the USB-C power cable. So you can plug at one end to the front dashcam and the other end into a PD 3.0 port of your car. And then you also have a hardwire cable. So this hardwiring cable can be used, if you want to hand out your dashcam to a professional installer. They have this cable they can use. Or if you want to do it by yourself, I would recommend using the hardwire kit that I will show you a bit later. And then, of course, to connect the front and the rear camera, we have this 6 Gbps cable. So I might mention it later, but it's a new cable because to support the higher bit rate of the rear cam compared to the Full HD dash cam from the past. Now, since the rear cam has a QHD resolution, we upgraded this cable. So when you look at the cable, near the front connector, you will see a little 6. That means this is the 6 Gbps cable. Now that we know what's in the box, let's go a little bit deeper into the main features of the Elite 9. The 2-channel model includes a 4K front camera with HDR recording and a rear camera with QHD, also HDR. They are both using Sony Starvis sensors, IMX678 for the front camera and 675 for the rear camera. In terms of the sensor and lens of the front camera compared to the 97T series, for example, they're identical. However, what the big difference with this Elite 9 models is the chipset, which is a much faster chipset. But it's not only faster, but it also allowed our engineers to use better tools to optimize the image quality and really fine-tune the image signal processor tuning. So that's why when you look at video comparisons, that you can check online. The Elite 9 is way better quality than our past 4K models. So that's mainly because of the new chipset inside. Another standout feature of the front 4K camera is the 12-bit recording. 12-bit recording means it captures a lot more colors than a standard dashcam. A standard dashcam might record 8-bit or 10-bit footage, which means 16 million color or 1 billion color. This is 12-bit, meaning 68 billion colors, which are then compressed into an 8-bit file. But having at its disposal all that information about the colors of the scene allows it to give you more true-to-life colors in the end footage. Elite 9 supports HEVC, which is high efficiency video coding. This is the best compression algorithm for videos at the moment, used by Netflix or these kind of companies, because this compression algorithm really gives you the best quality and file size compared to AVC, which is also supported for wider compatibility. But if you want the best video quality at the smallest file size, this is what you need to use, and this is the default in the Elite 9. The Elite 9 supports HDR on both the front 4K camera and the rear QHD camera. That means you get the best possible nighttime video capture capability, especially to capture license plates at night or license plates in fast speed during daytime. HDR also is great at maintaining detail without overblowing the highlights or making the shadows too dark. So you get detail in both bright and dark areas of the image. If you're curious about the video quality of the Elite 9, I invite you to check our videos that we put online, which are raw samples, showing you also the capability of the dashcam to capture license plates either at night or during day. One thing worth mentioning is that the Elite 9, like all the recent models through updates, support up to 1 terabyte microSD cards. Now let me talk to you about probably the main standout feature of the Elite series, which is power saving parking mode. So first of all, the Elite series models, be it Elite 8, 9 or the upcoming 10, they all have this fast boot feature, which means they are able to start recording in less than 1 second when powered on. So that's for the fast boot. Why is it important? That's because we have this power saving parking mode. The power saving parking mode is a mode in which the dashcam consumes less than 1 milliamp current. 1 milliamp, that means compared to a standard dashcam that would consume over 300 milliamp, that means the dashcam virtually doesn't consume power. It won't drain your battery in your car. What it does in that mode is that it goes to sleep, and it doesn't also generate any heat, which is perfect to run your dashcam in a really hot car when it's parked in the sun. The dashcam won't shut down because it's actually not generating any heat by itself, which is really a game changer for people living in hot climates. But as I said, when it's in this power saving parking mode, it's shut down, right? But because of the fast booting, as soon as a little impact is detected, it will start recording. So even if you don't get the action before the impact, it records so fast that you're still able to catch whoever touched your car most of the time. And then after recording this 1 minute event clip, it will go back again to power saving mode. And since it has this low, under 1 milliamp power draw, that means it can run in your car on your car's battery for at least a few weeks if it's a new battery. And if you combine it with the B130A, our dedicated battery, you can get parking mode for like a year or even more. So 3 key features of this power saving parking mode is the less than 1 milliamp current draw, less than 1 second recording time in case of an impact detected, and then because it doesn't generate any heat, it's perfect to operate in really hot weather. The Elite 9 also has this high temperature protection, so even in the unlikely case that the dash cam really run too hot, because maybe you're not using the power saving parking mode, you're using the standard parking mode in a parked car in the sun, in that case the dash cam will shut down when it reaches a certain temperature, and then it will protect itself, and when the dash cam internal temperature reaches back to a lower temperature, it will turn back on. Finally, another key feature of the Elite 9 series is BlackVue Cloud. BlackVue Cloud allows you to get push notifications in case of an impact on your parked vehicle. And it also allows you to check right away what's going on around your car through the front or rear camera from your phone anywhere in the world. To use BlackVue Cloud, you have a couple options, either using a Wi-Fi connection, a Wi-Fi hotspot in your car, for example, or the CM100G LTE, the connectivity module from BlackVue. In this connectivity module, you can insert a SIM card, a physical SIM card, and then it will allow your dash cam to connect to BlackVue Cloud. One thing to note about BlackVue Cloud when you use it in conjunction with power saving parking mode is that you won't be able to access the dash cam remotely and do live view. However, if any impact is detected and you use live auto upload, then when the camera wakes up, it will start uploading the footage to the cloud before going back to sleep. And if you get the push notification and check right away, at that time when it's uploading, you are still able to see through the lens of your dash cam and use the live view. And once you're done using live view, then the camera will eventually go back to power saving parking mode by itself. Okay, so we've gone over what's in the box and the main features of Elite 9. Now let's go over the optional accessories that you might want to purchase along with your new dash cam. Let's start with the CPL filter. So the CPL filter is a simple accessory that allows to remove the reflections of, for example, the reflections of your bright dashboard into the windshield, which can be hard to get rid of. With a CPL filter, you are able to get rid of most of these unwanted reflections. One thing to keep in mind though is that it's not necessarily recommended to use it at night because it can slightly decrease the amount of light gathered by the sensor. When you install it, you need to pay attention to the orientation, and for the best effect, you need to line up this little white dot, line it up with the top of the lens here. And then if you want a little bit less effect or you want to play with it, looking through the app with live view, you can connect to the dash cam, check the live view, and then turn this ring and see how it impacts the image. So you can adjust it to your liking. Next is the remote button. So this button connects to the dash cam and allows you to trigger manual events. That means if you see something, there's no impact, so there's no event recorded typically, but if you want to mark something that you see while you're driving, it will create an event that can be saved and checked later by using the filters in the app. You will see there's a section for manual events. So you see something interesting on the road, or you witness some accident, then you can tap this button, it will create this event. And also, of course, you can do that also by tapping the touch sensor on the side of the camera. But of course, when you're driving, it might be safer to use this button if you can. Next, let's have a look at the tamper-proof mount. The tamper-proof mount replaces your dashcam's mount, and it comes with the tools to install it, like this Allen key. It will replace this mount. Let me show you. You slide the mount off like this, and then you can replace with this tamper-proof mount. So here your cables are going to connect, and then this part blocks the access to the cables if you don't want someone to be able to access the micro SD card or unplug the cables. Yeah, you can use this, whether it's for your individual car or if you want to protect your fleet vehicles. Now let's talk about the parking mode accessories. So the parking mode accessories, I'm going to start from the simplest. This is the OBD2 power cable. So this one is really the no-brainer accessory, because what it does is it connects to the OBD port of your vehicle. And that's it. You connect one end to the front camera, and the other end to the OBD port inside of your vehicle. Just make sure that your vehicle supports this OBD2 format. As far as I know, Tesla models don't, but in most cases, most vehicles support this OBD2 port because it's used for diagnostics of your car, but it can also be used to plug in those kind of accessories, such as this OBD2 power cable. So after you plug it, the dash cam, when you turn off your car, will automatically go into parking mode. And that's it. As simple as this. Next parking mode accessory, the hardware kit. So the hardware kit is a kit that includes this hardwiring power cable, but unlike the hardwiring cable that is included with the box, this one comes with special endings. So as you can see here, the key difference is that it's a lot easier to install, because on top of this, you also get 5 pairs of fuse steps. So we include these fuse steps in this kit, so you don't have to really think. You just buy the kit and you're almost assured to have a fuse step that matches your vehicle, because we made sure that we cover most vehicles in the world through these 5 different types of fuse steps. And then, as you can see, it's really easy to connect, because you can just do this, you see, all by hand without even extra tools, and it's connected. And then you connect this part to your fuse box in your vehicle. So you find a fuse that matches, you take it out, one fuse that is, with constant power, and then one fuse with switched power, meaning a fuse that's only turning on when your ignition is on, and then the constant power is the constant fuse, which is always powered even when your vehicle is off. And by doing that, and also connecting the ground power cable, to a metallic part of your vehicle, then the dashcam will be able to know when your ignition is on or off and automatically trigger parking mode. Finally, let's talk about this BlackVue Ultra battery. Current model is called B130A. This is a battery that you install in your car. It will power itself and recharge itself while you're driving, and then power the dashcam when your ignition is off. That means instead of drawing power from your vehicle's battery, then your BlackVue will just power itself from this dedicated battery without, draining your vehicle. And with this B130A, you're able to use parking mode for about, let's say, 16 to 20 hours when you use the standard parking mode on a 2-channel dashcam. And then if you use power-saving parking mode, that's the battery that will allow you to protect your car for roughly a whole year, because our Elite series only draws less than 1 milliamp. Now, when we are talking about 12 months parking mode protection, that's even accounting for the loss of power over time. So yeah, B130A, highly recommended. Alright, so we went over what's in the box, the key features, the accessories, and now let's talk a little bit about the frequently asked questions when it comes to a new dashcam from BlackVue. The first question that comes is, which cables can I reuse? So if you have any dashcam with the X in the name, like 750X to 970X, all these dashcams, they have the same power system. So you are able to reuse the power cable from these dashcams on your new Elite 9. If you have an older model, you will have to use the new cable included with this dashcam. Next, what about the coaxial video cables? Well, this one is a little bit trickier, but let's just cut to the chase. Just install the new one. The new 6 gigabit PS cable is actually a faster cable. Is also gonna guarantee that you get clear signal and no interference when the signal travels from the rear camera to the front camera. So I recommend to use the 6 gigabit PS cable, even though in a pinch you might still be able to use the old cable when you first install, and maybe it might work, but I really recommend you use the new 6 gigabit PS cable if you can. Thank you for following me today. If you have any question, post in the comments, and also check the description for links we put to sample footage and also to the BlackVue Elite 9 product page on blackvue.com. Thank you and see you next time.